It's got year-long warm weather and mile upon mile of white sand beaches. But in terms of tourism, Ghana's never drawn guests like countries in eastern or southern Africa. Industry experts believe that's slowly changing.
20 years ago, we used to have fewer or lesser tourists around this area. I think every weekend you can see the number of tourism tourists that are pouring into Kokolobite.
Kokorobite is one of the country's busiest beach resorts, an hour outside the capital, Accra. But it's still principally the domain of young backpackers or volunteers looking for a weekend break. For many international tourists, Ghana isn't high on the radar.
People were asking me, what are you doing for the summertime? And if I said, well, I'm going to Ghana, it would be a shocked surprise look that we got back. So I don't think it would be known for tourism, but I've been quite surprised in the weekend trips that we've went on, where the level of tourism infrastructure there is pretty good outside the city, outside Accra.
20 years ago, there was just one place for tourists to stay along this whole stretch of beach. Now there are several different resorts and it's become one of the country's busiest tourist spots. The Ghanaian government estimate that 1 million tourists come to the country every year, but they want that number to grow, and they've launched an ambitious 15-year program to try and do it.
On that plan, marketing Ghana abroad as a safe destination with a variety of things to do and see. But the owner of this area's biggest guest house says it has to be easier for people to get here in the first place.
The government needs to do more on the visa section, because most people complain about getting visa to Ghana. They go through a lot of stress to try to acquire visa to Ghana. I think one of the most frustrating parts for most of the tourists in this country. So the government needs to focus more or mostly on trying to make it easier for people to be able to get the visas to come to Ghana. Just like when you go to most Asian countries, it's very easy for them to do.
At the other end of the tourist's budget are hotels like this one. Labadi Beach Hotel is one of Accra's most luxurious and expensive places to stay. But the majority of their guests are business travellers rather than tourists.
For many countries, Ghana can be perceived as a long-haul destination. Secondly, there are other countries which might have more natural wonder, and I'm talking conventional game parks, etc. But Ghana has got a lot of attributes that are undiscovered as yet and not necessarily publicised, and I think there's great potential for tourism in Ghana.
Ghana's Ministry of Tourism is confident that that potential will turn into cash. It forecasts that Ghana's holiday industry will be worth more than $4.5 billion in 15 years' time. Katerina, Vittozzi, CCTV, Accra, Ghana.